All right, let's get to the Tennessee Titans' fourth pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. Not fourth overall, the fourth selection over fourth player selected. Just to clarify, the fifth round selection, Fernando Carmona Jr. I don't know. Sometimes I see Junior, sometimes I don't. Um, Overall pick 142. For those that don't know, real quick, if this is your first video that you're experiencing of this series, I do this annually. This and another series of what I would do. But this is the Tennessee Titans evaluations of all their players that they selected in the 2026 NFL Draft. I'm Charles Barnes at BU_scouting on most social media platforms. I have coached basketball, football, at every level, but I think maybe not college or the professionally. But I have collegiately been in recruiting offices. I have graduated GM courses. Keep up with my evaluations for over a decade plus, as well as my free agency accuracy, projections, and hit rate. I've done pretty well over the years. I just do that for accountability and to grow as an evaluator, and to just continue to improve my process. But enough of that. Let's talk about Fernando Carmona Jr., offensive lineman. Think he's going to play on the interior. I know he's going to play on the interior guard. Some people were talking about center. That's a possibility. I think he can. It's always, between the ears when it comes to that projection. But for me, Carmona was lower on in my ratings and on my board, excuse me, than obviously the Titans had him. Um, but I think there's some ability there within pass protection, strong anchor, good leader, strong grip, SEC level competition, so he can bang with the big boys. I think there's even tape of him really, doing a really good job on his teammate Keldrick Falk. They're out there as well, so you can view that him going up against his at that point future teammate and doing very well. So, and Falk was the first round pick, so. Uh, what I really like is just the potential, I guess, to become a solid pass pro. I think he reminds me, I think Quentin Spain for the Tennessee Titans, faithful out there. He can do some pass pro now. The issue and the concern is going to be the run blocking. That's what's kind of difficult for him a little bit. Just while moving to the second level, finding the defender and approaching him with a good base and under control and things like that. And there's obviously some stuff with on-field character where he was, I guess, seen stomping on a player. Obviously, that's not something that you want to see. And then he plays to the whistle, to the echo of the whistle. And I think, that's going to teeter the line of what's, legal when it comes to on the field and what's not. So, but you love the fiery passion. That's something you definitely need to play the sport and definitely need to play the position. I think at that range, I always say day three is especially starting in the mid fourth to fifth round. I think early fourth, you can really just find the players that's kind of just filtered. Those first 15 picks, those players that's kind of filtered through the second and fourth round is almost like a filter, right? But then from there, it's really just who you like, right? A lot of players that get picked in whatever order, it's just okay, who do we want? Who does that scout want? Or who does that, who does that coach want? And it's really just getting your guys, and I think that's how a lot of front offices see it. Regardless of where I had them ranked or whatever, that's who they went. And I think there's some potential there. There's some meat on the bones for development, and even to possibly even get better at run blocking. But for me, like I said, in my series, you'll see where I went and where I pivoted. And if you're on my social media, specifically my Twitter, you'll see where I had him ranked amongst all, guards. And but I think for the pick, they talk about leadership, they talk about and have their own standards for what a Titan is. And hey, that's their route, that's their process, and we can only, be observers and see how it goes. Just it's not like an egregious pick. Is it a reach and based off of my rankings and ratings and who was available? Sure, there's DJ Campbell that was available. Um there's Michael Morris that was there. There's Bo Stevens that was there that I had ranked higher. There's probably a few more that I had ranked higher. But like I said, that was the Tennessee Titans, there's guys specifically. So let's move on to the next selection. Stay tuned for that one, and I will see you on the next one.